Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, beautiful goddesses. Thank you for showing up on time. And I do notice who connects first. And for today's purpose, I want to honor Anke, Sister Goddess Anke, and Sister Goddess Florentina. Hi, Florentina, for being here first of all. Now, that doesn't mean that I do not appreciate all others who are joining right now or came in a couple of minutes before. I appreciate all of you, really. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day, out of these crazy times that we are in, to be here. Thank you. And the reason why I want to honor these two goddesses first is because, when we're really committed to something, when we really show up, then that kind of energy that we invest does come back to us. So for today's circle, I have a special surprise planned. And I want to start this circle with the classic way of a goddess circle being conducted. And that means that I start out with gratitude. And you can join me in this. You could tap it into the chat. You could write it down for yourself. This is a really good mindfulness practice to elevate our vibrations. And as we are all intuitive manifestors going for financial freedom, the state that we are in is key. So I am so grateful to all of you for being here. I am so grateful for this circle now existing for 2 years. We're coming up to our 2-year anniversary in the English speaking goddess circle. Amazing. And I want to brag. That's step 2. After gratitude, we brag. Why do we brag? Because when we brag, we are uplifting our own energy. We're talking about something we're proud of. And we are also inspiring others to brag about themselves too. And if us women would notice how when guys get together, they have no issue bragging. It's, oh, I've got, right? But usually when us women gather, we can easily slip into the complaining mode, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if we stay in that complaining mode for a long time, we're just going to be regurgitating problems, problems, problems. And guess where that's going to get us? So, for the purpose of this bragging exercise, I would invite you to right now come up with something that you're proud of for you, okay? Something that you're proud of that you did today, that you thought today, that you felt today, whatever it was. Maybe if just showing up here. So I am really proud of having today facilitated a beautiful breakthrough for a client of mine, a goddess, who really tuned into some spectacular energy to make her heart's desires come true. And that had me feeling really good about myself and about this that I am creating here in my Lichtwerke here in Salzburg, that I can actually have people coming in 3D and hang out with me and spend an hour where we dive into what you really want, what you really, really want. And then I use all my tools and techniques to help that person align with that heart's desire. Okay, so that's my brag. What's your brag? Write it down, at least for yourself. Say it to yourself. Say, I'm really proud of myself for doing this today, for being this today, whatever it is. Okay. You take a breath. You say, yeah, 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 you go, girl. Well done. And then we voice a heart's desire, something that we desire. Yes, desire. And I desire to experience another breakthrough today, to witness a breakthrough of a sister goddess here in this circle today, and for all of us to witness that breakthrough so that we can feel that uplifting energy of someone going for their dreams. Are you in for that? So this is a yes, this is a yes. Well, this is a yes. Okay, I can see some of you. Okay, so do something. Okay, you're in for that? And then, as synchronicity wants it, I got a direct message from one sister goddess that is in the circle right now. And Emmy, I'm asking you, are you willing and ready and able to get on here in the spotlight with me and quickly discuss the issue that you have and the incredible experience you've been through today? Then raise your hand, unmute yourself, and come in the circle, because I'd love to give you this opportunity to help you feel better, maybe a little more centered, grounded, and good about yourself. So, Emmy, this is for you. If you're ready, I'm ready for you too. If you're not, that's totally fine. Then I'm calling upon another sister goddess who is ready today, right here and now, in front of all of us, to make her breakthrough. And it doesn't really matter to me what you're going for. If your heart's desire is burning wild and you say, I really, really want this, but somehow I feel I'm sabotaging myself, it's so hard, or I don't know, you have something else going on, then I would really love to assist you. So give it a breath. We don't have much time to think about this. And then tell me if you're in. Karen, meanwhile, is sharing, I am proud that I came up for myself. So I stood up for myself instead of saying nothing or little or to try and keep the peace. Bad thing was I was a little angry. Okay, so interesting how we can, even in a brag, judge ourselves. So just notice that. And while I say notice, I would love to give you a little structure for this call, because when we find the sister goddess who's ready to make that breakthrough, I'm inviting all of you to be part of this, because we are one vortex. That means that everything that happens in this circle also happens for us. And whoever has a challenge or whatever that they'd like to discuss and transform will in some way most likely resonate with us. We might not have that exact same problem, but we might have something that, you know, that feels similar. So be brave and show up, because this is also the reason why I'm doing these circles completely free of charge. I'm actually paying every single month to be able to hold these circles, not because I'm just such a good person, but because I also love what I do. And I know this is really helping us. So come on, normally an hour with me costs over 600 euros. So come on and let me help you. And notice when you are bragging about something, is that little voice in you, there's another little voice, maybe chastising you for that? Or even saying, oh, you shouldn't be so kind of standoffish about this. Shouldn't be so sort of, you shouldn't be shining so much light on yourself. Then if you feel that, notice it's just fear. It's that fear maybe of being judged. It's that fear of being visible. It's that fear of failing. It's that fear of rejection and humiliation and abandonment or entrapment, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and just accept that this fear is totally human, normal. Fear is a normal emotion that we will all encounter at some point in our life. And usually when we encounter this fear, it's also an invitation to expand, to go beyond our comfort zone. So let's just say to ourselves, and best you say this out loud to yourself too, just go ahead and say, I love and accept myself with all the fears that I have, with all the fears that I feel, with all the fears that I'm aware of and not aware of. It's okay. I love and accept myself. And now I choose to let go of this fear, completely let it go. And I choose to step into my power of courage. I can do this. I will do this. And I'm doing this now. And breathe. And then just notice how you feel now. Just take it in. Okay. The structure that I was talking about starts with I like. If you're giving feedback to yourself, to someone else, then this structure is very, very helpful to keep a compassionate communication going, to even start it maybe. So let's say you're in some situation, maybe you're in a yoga practice. This happened to me. Maybe you're in a yoga class and the teacher is offering hands-on assistance. That means that she'll come or he'll come and they'll help you in some pose to deepen the pose, right? And that's usually a very gentle touch. Now, let's just imagine you're in this yoga class and the teacher has done the good thing and said, okay, I'm offering hands-on assistance today. If you don't want to be touched, raise your hand, right? And you thought, no, I want to be touched today. I want to go for this. So you stayed silent. And then the yoga class commenced. And then there was some tricky pose. Maybe it's pigeon, right? Where you're stretching your hips. And you were in pigeon and the yoga teacher comes up behind you and then applies some pressure onto your body. And maybe in that moment, you notice, damn, that's a lot of pressure. That's a little too much. And you actually wanted her to back off a bit, but you didn't feel comfortable saying it in that moment. You didn't want to disrupt the class. You didn't want to offend the teacher. You were like, oh, well, I'll just push through it, whatever. but it kind of stuck with you. And then after the class, the teacher even is, great next thing, says, if there's any ever feedback that you want to give me, then please feel free to give that to me. I learned from your feedback. Please give me feedback, any feedback. And you pluck up the courage and you say, you know what, I'm going to go up to her and I'm going to give her my feedback. Then you can use the structure. You could go ahead and say, I really like your yoga classes. I love coming every week. I really like what you're doing here. And then you go on to step 2 and you say, I noticed today when you were offering the hands-on assist that the pressure you were applying to my hips was a little much for me. It had me feeling a little uncomfortable. And I'm wondering, this is step 3, I'm wondering if you could maybe next time when you touch me, use a little less pressure. You have now used the structure. I like, I notice, I wonder. And I feel this structure allows us to give feedback in a really constructive way, without blaming, without shaming, without going into emotional shizzle. We're just explaining something with the desire and the intention to understand and to build a bridge. Is that making sense? So write down, I like, I notice, I wonder. And when we, in a moment, do our transformation with the goddess that's saying, yes, I'm ready. I want to work on some sabotage. I want to align with my heart's desire. Then I'm inviting you to apply this structure to the feedback that you give. Because again, we're one vortex. You will all notice different things. You will all like different things, and you will all wonder different things. And when we speak like that with each other, we're opening up a space for very authentic conversation. And in all my years of coaching practice, of helping people in so many different ways, the one thing that really hit home with me just these last days was the power of compassionately listening to someone without having the need or even the desire to fix anything, but just to be able to hold the space for someone to figure something out. So when I bragged today about facilitating this breakthrough for this client of mine, the joy that I get is when I see that, I call it that glistening in their eyes, that newfound sparkle that I didn't see when they walked in, but I notice that they have when it's something really clicks. And it's the same kind of sparkle that I notice when we intend together, that I see in some of your eyes when you're sharing what you got when we were intending for something or someone else. That's that energy of transformation. That's that energy of miracles. So never underestimate the power of listening to someone without needing to do anything. Because isn't it true that that would be so helpful in so many of our own situations and challenges if we had just someone to just listen without needing to give advice, without needing to do something, but just be there? So, Sister Goddess Lily and Nicole, how do you feel about this topic? What are you liking, noticing, and wondering? Unmute yourself, please.
It's very, very special that you are mentioning this, because my brag of today is that I spent an amazing day in quality time with my son, walking through a park, sitting in a cafe, going to a museum, and just listening to his needs and what he would like to do in his life and what his heart's desires are. And this fits so perfectly. And it was so nice without me saying, like you said, you'd rather do it this way, or I just wanted to get his way of looking at it, and the desire for me to be there for him, to support him in the way he needs it, in the best way, in order to walk his path, to be strong in his way. Right.
So it not only helped you see his perspective, but it also shifted something in you, maybe in your role towards him or your relationship towards him. Is that true?
Definitely, yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Well done. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you
yeah.
so
And
much.
also being in a space where we are not at home, right? I'm at the moment in a different place, and to explore it and to be open. And I asked him when we came here, I asked him, what is your word for this time? And he said, change. And he said, what is your word? And I said, my word is openness. And so we were actually taking this today, again, these words, because we have been here a couple of days, and then we reflected upon that. And it was really special.
Beautiful conscious parenting. Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Sister Goddess Lily.
So my my I'm grateful today that I spent time. Actually, I'm really grateful for the way that you're bringing back this, what you're talking about, the original concept of the Golden Goddess Circle, because I think it's something that's very, very important. That's a very useful practice that every one of us can, some of the goddesses that are here now probably have not experienced. This gratitude, brag, desire is a very beautiful technique to practice and to do, and I really encourage that that be maintained, and I'm glad that you've come back to that, and I'm really grateful today. I had a massage, a lymph drainage, and on the way home I went and had a look at a new laptop that I want to get, and it it's a brag, because typically I hold myself back from getting things for myself, and I looked at this really expensive tablet laptop that I want to get, then I've decided I want to get it, and the brag is, but yes, I did it for myself because I'm doing so much work for my various communities on the computer, which is my desktop, and my laptop is broken, and I'm planning to go to the executive meeting of the Women's Federation in Italy in a couple of weeks' time, and I want to have a good working laptop.
Yes,
and I've had a look, and I'm going to get it for myself. And I got really good advice today from a professional in a professional shop, and my desire, of course, is to finally go and buy it.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm scanning the chat because I really honestly I'm a little flabbergasted right now that not one goddess I am seeing is saying, yeah, let it be me. I've got a lot of brags, which I think are beautiful. But I am not seeing I want to be the one. And Emmy hasn't reacted. So
She did turn her mic on when you first asked.
okay, well, Emmy, are you here? Come in. Come on into the circle, and I'd love to help you. The reason why I'm saying is because she sent me this private message, and she's been through quite a ordeal. So she went to go and see her neighbor 2 hours ago, and she had a heart attack while she was having tea with her. And she seemed to be slipping away. And then her husband called and gave a massage and called the emergency thing, but it all went really fast. And it feels like there's still a state of shock of, I mean, obviously when something like this happens, and that shock is feeling a little tough on you. Is that true, Emmy?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a bit in shock because everything went so quick, and I still see the pictures of her face in front of me. And so, yeah, I thought maybe you can help me with this.
I'd love to. We'd love to. We
That's
would
really great.
love
Thank
to.
you.
We would love to. So, shock is a thing. So I told this in a previous circle, but I was just a year ago actually at an accident site where a girl at Grace's school was run over by a car. And I came to the accident site and I gave first aid, and I thought I was fine. I got home, I tapped my points, I had a hot bath, and then I woke up the next day and I couldn't even move anymore. I had so much pain in my body. And that's when I really understood the after effect of something that shocks you like that. So I'm so glad you reached out, because there really is something you can do. And we're all going to do it together, because here's the thing, all of us at some point in life have most likely had a shocking experience. And maybe knowing us women, we kind of went over it. We say, well, it's not so bad. We'll stuff it down. Just get on with life, right? Because that's who we are. And that's great. But the body remembers. The body remembers those moments. So somatic exercises, That means everything where you're moving your body and you're connecting breath and body and mind, something like yoga, but anything where you're kind of really doing body work is very, very important. So kudos for Sister Goddess Lily for getting her massage today. That's something I would recommend for you too, Emy, is if you have someone that you trust and love who could give you a massage and help your nervous system settle back in, that would be really helpful. If you don't have someone nearby who could do that for you, you could also really massage your own body, get back into your body. What happens when sometimes when we experience moments of shock is that some part of us kind of disassociates, because that's what shock is meant. Shock is meant to actually help us go on alarm mode and do what is necessary to be able to give first aid, to be able to be there for your neighbor and call the emergency and to do the right thing. But you see, when that's over, you've got to tell your body it's over. So let's all set the intention now together with our crystalline commands. Super simple for all those of you that are here for the first time. You just make sure you're in a safe place. You're sitting or standing. You notice the feet touching the ground. Let's all get our feet onto the ground. If you've crossed your legs, let's uncross them. Make your soles of your feet touch the ground. Let's take a nice full breath. And then we go ahead and we close our eyes. Okay, we close our eyes. We roll them up as if we're looking through the crown of our heads. And then we say silently or out loud, even if I don't know how, to release all shock and trauma now, and to be consciously aware of it. All I do know is, it is so now, and I am fulfilled. I delete, delete, delete all that could stop me. And I download, download, download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. One more breath. And we open our eyes, notice where we are, cool beans, and we start switching. So you take your fist, pound it into the open palm of the other hand, and you go left, right, just quick, back and forth, connecting the left and the right brain hemisphere, breathing. And then, dear Emy, and anyone else here, say, I love and accept myself with all and any shock and trauma I may have. At my deepest level, and from the very first time that I felt this way.
First time I felt this way.
And I love and accept myself when I now choose to let go of all shock and trauma now and to be consciously aware of it. Yes. And breathe. And then just notice. Maybe notice that energy that's moving. That's right. Some of you are already stretching out a bit. That's a good thing. Follow what your body wants right now. Okay. Next step. We're going to move underneath our left arm. Tapping the endpoint of the spleen meridian. And again, we say shock, trauma. I love and accept myself with all my doubts, with all my lack of self-confidence, with all my lack of self-worth at my deepest level. And from the very first time I felt this way. And I choose now to let go of all this lack and to step into my power of believing in myself. I can do this and I am worthy of this. And I totally, totally love myself. Breathe, 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 breathe. Good job. Thumbs. Shock, trauma. I love and accept myself with all my grief at my deepest level. And from the very first time I felt sad. And I choose now to let go of the grief completely at my deepest level. And from the very first time that I felt sad. I now choose to step into my power of joy. I deserve to be happy and healthy and well in every way. Yes, now. And breathe. Excellent. Notice your thumbs. Can you feel that energy? It's real. Okay. Underneath your collarbones, we're tapping the end point of our kidney meridian. When we say shock, trauma, I love and accept myself with all and any fears I may have. At my deepest level, and from the very first time I felt scared. And I choose now to let go of this fear and to step into my power of courage. I am so brave. I can do this. I would do this. And I'm doing this now. Yes, 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 yes. And breathe. Again, notice. Cool. Move to your right side, underneath your rib cage, your liver. Okay, it's going to be mirrored. Right side, liver. Okay, and then you say shock, trauma. I love and accept myself with all and any anger I have. Oof, yes, at my deepest level, and from the very first time I felt angry. It's okay. It's okay. I now choose to let this anger go completely at my deepest level and from the very first moment. And I choose to step into my power of peace. I forgive myself. I totally forgive myself for being angry. Totally forgiven. And I choose to be at peace with myself and all those around me now. And breathe and notice. Okay. And now we are going to cut links to any shock and trauma. Okay. It's all in the past. Right now, we're safe. Right now, all is good. Okay. Okay. So say shock, trauma. I claim my power back. Say it like you mean it. I claim my power back. And I give you your power back. I give you your power back. I claim my freedom back. Yes, I claim my freedom back. And I give you your freedom back. I claim back what's mine. And I give you what's yours. I forgive you for all the pain and suffering you ever created. And I ask for forgiveness for any pain and suffering I ever created. The past remains in the past, and only love can connect us. I wish you well, just as I wish myself well. One more breath. Feel into that amazing heart of yours. And notice that energy, that light, that expansion. And breathe into that. And allow your heart to open with every breath. As you affirm to yourself, I am open. I am open to give and receive love now. I am open to give and receive love now. One more time. I am open to give and receive love now. And then take that into the core of your heart. Really enjoy that sensuous breath. And then open your eyes if they're closed and do a check again. How do you feel? Emy, I'm going to ask you first.
Yeah, I feel better. It's really nice to do this and also together. Yeah.
Right? There's a power in being witnessed. Mm. I really like that you reached out. I noticed that your face seems to be relaxing a little more. And I wonder what will happen when we do the next exercise. For the next exercise, take your index fingers and make little hooks like that, okay? And I learned this from a face yoga teacher. Grief and heaviness can store in our face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our fingers and we're going to go right here by the nose, here, right in the corner of the nose, okay? And you're going to, watch me, you're going to really push the energy out into your ears and then down your neck, okay? So go here by your nose, start here with the corners, that right? And then push it up and put it down. Let's do that 3 times. Can be painful, right? Okay, we're letting go of all grief. And breathe. Doesn't matter what you look like. Again, again. Just letting all that sticky energy go, freeing your face, freeing your body. Notice how it gets warm. I'm getting really hot. And one more. Okay, we got this. If we had a mirror, we could now look. But what I've noticed, I've been doing this for 3 days now, ever since I learned this. And I noticed that this nasolabial fold here feels it's like it's lifting a little. I mean, I'm in for that, right? So we kind of really imagine all that kind of dissipating. Yeah. How do you feel right now? Was that cool?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, what you said, it felt a bit painful, but it really,
Yeah, really get in there. You can really hook underneath your what's those collarbones? I was going to say your cheekbones,
the cheekbones.
right? And the reason why we also want to go down here is because that's where our lymph is. So in my previous life, I was a beautician and I did a lot of lymph drainage, especially for people after operations. And I'd have these little glass thingies that would have suction cups, and I would really drain their faces with light, different lights, and oils. But we can do this ourselves, right? So what you want to know about the lymph system is we have kind of garbage cans. We have garbage cans here, right, at the bottom of our neck. Yeah. So you notice here a little garbage can. And now the lymph is very sensitive. So even just light pressure and the intention that you touch yourself with is vital here, right? So what you want to do is you want to open the garbage can. Let's do that all. Just light pressure. When we imagine this trash can, this garbage can opening up, and then you might notice you'll have to swallow. That's a sign that your lymph is activating, right? Have you noticed that? So swallow it down, bring the lymph into action. Imagine that garbage can opening. Okay, and now when we all do this final move together, that's all going to go in that garbage can and it's going to be transformed into joyful energy. Okay, all grief, all sadness, we're going to let it go. Okay, okay, so let's go up here by our noses. Okay, our intention is to let go of all and any grief and to transform it into joy. Ready, steady. Breathe, bring it up to your ears. There's a lymph, and then bring it down to your neck, right into the garbage can. Give it a good stroke. Swallow. And notice how that feels. Pretty good, right? And you did something very automatic. You're a kinesthetic genius, Emy. I'm noticing your body is already responding because it's not saying, okay, let's bring it down. Let's roll the shoulders. Okay, so roll the shoulders up and down and imagine the back, the shoulder blades are touching. Okay, now if you connect your breath to this, it becomes even more powerful. So we're going to breathe in as we bring the shoulders up and exhale as we bring them down. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, the shoulders down away from the ears. That's it. One more time. Okay, then we switch directions. 3 times this way. Okay, shake them out. Notice the energy moving. Jeez, I should have put a short sleeve sweater on. I'm so cold. Hot right now. Okay, energy's moving. You're smiling. I like that. I'm noticing, Emy. So you're not done yet because now I feel we're going to close it all off with some intention work. Okay, so now you're going to have all these goddesses, not only present right now, but also the ones that watch this replay intend for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your only job, my love, is to just relax and to imagine, as we all are imagining, that we're all connected. And we like imagining that we're even holding hands in our circle. And we begin by taking 3 full breaths, dropping into the space of our hearts. And from our hearts, we are sending the intention that Emy is completely, immediately, and permanently free of all and any shock, and happy and healthy and well in every way. Our intention is for Emy to immediately, completely, and permanently be free of all and any shock, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is for Emy to immediately, completely, and permanently be free of all and any shock, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is for Emy to be completely, immediately, and permanently free of all and any shock, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. I had this image of this flower blossoming. That's the picture that I got. How was it for you, Emy?
Yeah, it's really beautiful to feel the energy. Yeah, so thank you so much.
You look pretty radiant, I'm noticing.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for letting us intend for you, with you. Lily, Nicole, any feedback you have?
Yeah, I saw us all in the circle. You were in the center. First, you were not moving. And then we all started dancing, a Greek dance in a circle, very like turning around you. And we gave you so much energy that you then decided to also move, and that this got all the leftovers of the trauma or whatever out, and you joined us in the circle.
Aurélie is saying, I
Dancing
had,
is, I think, a very good thing to
yes,
do, right?
absolutely. I'm just reading from the chat. Aurélie is saying, I had some hands with light on Emy's hair and they were removing shock. Nice. Thank you for that feedback. Lily, what have you got? What happened to you?
I only just there was it was completely blank, but then there was a time through the middle of it where I just consciously really felt squeezing each other's hands, that we're really in a circle together. And then it was more than that. It was really a big hug.
Mm. Thank you for giving me the hug words. What I'd love you to do now, Emy, is to stroke over the top part of your arms. This comes from havening and just telling yourself all is well. I'm safe. All is well. It's something you can always do whenever you're in some kind of experience and you're feeling safe. You can always do this. Okay. It really helps the nervous system chill down. And yes, what Nicole was saying, dancing would be really good. You know, just put on one of your favorite dance tracks and really shake it all out. Get it moving through the body. That would be your next step. And then I think to close it off, before you go to sleep, take a cold shower. Start hot. Start the shower hot. And then for the last, as long as you can stand it, maybe it'll just be a couple of seconds, whatever it is. I don't know how you are with cold, but shock yourself positively, right? Because that really will help your brain get a reset. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. Thank you so much, all. And also nice about the dancing. When I was a kid, I always liked to dance around in the room, and yeah.
And children do the twirling. I teach yoga to children every week, and we always organically start with twirling. That's what they love doing. It's a way for them to get high because the brain goes. So had a great way to just let go of all stickiness and yeah, be that child again. I love that you came up with it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Emy, I'll release you out of the spotlight again. Thank you so much for joining. Sandra is saying she feels more warm now and it got better. Her breathing got better now because she had problems with that. She's got the flu. And it was also beautiful to let that grief go. Yes, let the grief go. But be aware that it's there. You know, I do work with a lot of people, and I always notice when someone is sort of more in the denial phase of their emotions. So I get very red ears when someone tells me, "Oh, I'm not angry. I'm never angry." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" Or like, "I'm always happy. Life's great. I totally got this." And I'm like, "Why are you here then?" Right? So it does take that vulnerability to honor those emotions because they're all human emotions. And they're going to come and go like waves. And we get to choose which ones we surf. But the best surfers are aware of the water around them completely. They're not denying the next wave. They're aware of what's happening and trusting that regardless of what wave comes, you can handle it. Right?
And I think it's also that, especially us as little girls, we were always told, right, to not show them, right?
Oh,
Right?
totally. Up until today, even as grown women, that's one of the, I say, the favorite shaming of patriarchy is the angry woman. And men are terrified of angry women. And then sometimes you'll get into a situation, or this happens often, that men will deny that anger to you, right? You shouldn't be angry. Well, who are you to be angry? But if you're feeling angry, you're feeling angry. You can then find out, why am I feeling angry? What need is not being met? That's your own job. But the emotion of anger is, as all the others, a natural emotion. Yeah, totally. I heard something other interesting this last day. It was a video of a woman who was saying gossiping saves lives. Now, in all spiritual courses, we're told and taught not to ever gossip. And there's a lot of truth in that. So I refuse to go in circles with women or men and start bitching about other people. I don't do that because if I have a problem with a person, they will know. And I don't need to tell other people about it. But this gossiping saves lives is true. And I want to defend my case here. So I have a few women's circles, lots of women's circles, and some I meet in 3D, some I meet online. And in this circle that I have in 3D, we, of course, as women, talk about the things that are important to us. And we, of course, also mention other people in our lives that are important to us. And some of us in this circle are single and are dating. So, of course, as women, we always give information about what we know about their prospective dates. And that, I feel, is when gossiping can save lives. And the interesting point that this woman in the video was also making was that actually it started with the whole programming of patriarchy. Us women were actually not invited to connect with each other. Sisterhood amongst women, not a good idea. Why? Because women, if they're with each other and honest with each other and have a loving circle, they are going to warn each other. And then a lot of the bullshit that's happening right now would not be going on if women were to be honest and authentic with each other. So I want to suggest to consciously revise the black and white rule of never ever gossip, never ever say anything about someone else. If you are dealing with someone you truly care about, and that person is about to engage with someone who you know is not a good person or has a lot of trauma or has a lot of interesting habits, I feel as a friend, you are obliged to tell that person. And you could do it in the way that we just learned. I like, I notice, I wonder. I like that you are feeling so enthusiastic about this new budding relationship that you seem to be getting into. I notice that I feel a few concerns about the behaviors or characteristics or the history of this person that you're engaging with. And I wonder if you know a lot about him, right? We can say things nicely, but I think we are due to warn each other. At least this is what I expect from my friends. If I introduce a new person to this goddess circle as a host, for instance, I will definitely do my check-in with Yolanda, Nicole, and Lily, and also my German-speaking goddesses and say, hey, check this person out for me. What do you think? And I know and hope that they will be honest to me and say, hey, I'm noticing a red flag here. Now, of course, it's then our job to check that and to say, okay, is this just a projection of this person? Is it because their trauma is, matching their trauma? Or is it a valid thing? But I think that is important. And it's also what I would hope in this goddess circle, that if we were to encounter, I don't know, a company that's not treating their people well, or is, I don't know, a person that is abusive. Say I bring a teacher in and some of you know that this person has an abusive past or is not treating other people well. I want to know. So let's have that in our circle, that we have that kind of transparency with each other, shall we?
I find this part that you are describing is already a very advanced way of doing gossiping.
Of course, well, that's what we're going for,
because
right?
that I wouldn't even consider that as gossiping. It would be more a feedback giving in a way that is really like it's really caring about a person, and it's not so much about the other person to bring that other person in a bad light in that sense. But the gossiping, did you see this? And what, this chit-chatting is, I think this is like really dragging you down oftentimes when you do that, when it's not constructive and not helping anyone, right?
Exactly. So then we go back to the formula that my mother taught me is it nice? Is it necessary? Right? So sometimes if it's not nice, then you've got to ask yourself, well, it might not be nice, but it's necessary for me to tell this person now. And is it true? Right? Always check, is it true? Were you there? Did you see that? But then again, if you have heard the same kind of information from 10 other people, the likelihood that there's a corner of a truth in there is there. So you want to look at it. Lily, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think of my spiritual communities, and I sometimes it's the power of prayer for me. I want to know when people are going through difficulties and struggles, because I want to be able to support them in prayer. And it's the same as the intending that we do, the power of 8. And it's not a matter of sharing every negative thing about somebody else, but really finding ways of support. And for me, it's the power of prayer, and the intention, the motivation is the most important. If it's to, oh yeah, big, I'm better than you, and look at me and look at you, and you're no good, is would be the gossiping aspect. But the supportive and holding up and lifting each other, I think, is what we need to focus on.
Which brings us to our intention.
Yeah.
So what if our intention is to completely, immediately, and permanently support each other in the most authentic and loving way? to support each other's highest good. There you go. To support each other's highest good in the most authentic and loving way, and to be happy and healthy in every way. Do you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So will someone write it in the chat? Our intention is to immediately, completely, and permanently support each other's highest good in the most authentic and loving way, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. And I advise every goddess to write it down because that makes it even stronger. Okay. And I will remove the spotlight so we can see each other. And then get into your most comfortable position. Focus on your breath. Imagine that we are all holding hands in this beautiful circle. Taking 3 full breaths together. Dropping into the space of our hearts. And from our hearts, we send the following our intention. Our intention is to immediately, completely, and permanently support each other's highest good in the most authentic and loving way, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is to immediately, completely, and permanently support each other's highest good in the most loving and authentic way, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is to immediately, completely, and permanently support each other's highest good in the most loving and authentic way, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Our intention is to immediately, completely, and permanently support each other's highest good in the most authentic and loving way, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. Take a nice full breath and maybe stretch out, come back into the here and now. Say yes, 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 yes. I feel so supported. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Lana, too. It was, as always, totally blissful to hang out with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing in your other sisters and moms and daughters. Let's make sure this circle keeps expanding and we can keep this wave of love going and this wave of female empowerment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Aurélie. Thank you, Lisbeth. Thank you, Sandra. We love you, and we greatly look forward to seeing you again next week. Arrivederci. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.